Okay, back again. Here's part 2 of my Star Wars collection. This guy that was in the first video, he's a Massif. That's what species, or what his species is called, those sand people dog things. And then also him, or that picture I showed and everything, he also came with this little pile of like broken droids, a C-3PO head in it, and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I don't know why he came with that. Anyway, starting with 2002, we have this C-3PO that you can remove his head and put a stat droid head in for when he gets switched around in the place where they make all the CIS droids. So he does actually come all the way apart. His legs come apart, his arms, and that's a backpack to the droid. He came with the other head too, so you have to buy both of them to be able to interchange them. I like him because he's real kind of rusty looking. I got him really cheap. We have Dexter Jettster from the second movie. He's the cook. That's Obi-Wan's buddy. I always liked him. I got him really cheap too, because I guess nobody likes him because he's real fat or whatever. All 4 of his arms move pretty well. This swivel. He comes with 2, a cleaver and a knife, kind of futuristic looking. So that's what he looks like. I think he's pretty neat. He came with a little dart thing, which of course I lost because it's little bitty. The dart that was in the movie when he said it was from Kamino, the dart that belonged to Jango Fett. Also his waist moves. He's really heavy. I mean, he's a heavy-duty figure. And we have Anakin, which came in that same set, probably the best one in there. That set of all the real junky Darth Maul and everything. So you got Anakin with the braid, swivel legs. He's got this button back here and this thing over him because it looks really bad if you take it off, because it's just like that ugly hinge that like goes in him. So he had a green lightsaber, blue lightsaber, so he could go like that. He can decapitate Dooku or whatever he does, which it's a real weird kind of articulation. It looks dumb by itself. Here's the cape, hardly any articulated at all version of Luminara Unduli from the Geonosis battle. I'm pretty sure she lived after that. She didn't die like everybody else. People don't really do very good reviews on this one. I'm pretty sure I already did. What I may have forgot is her arm does kind of swivel. There's a little bit more articulation. I don't know if I could do it with one hand. But, it swivels like that, too. I don't know if I mentioned that last time. They both do. Okay, and 2003. This is the only 2 I have. This is Ashla. She's one of those Togruta species, kind of like Shakti and Ahsoka Tano. She came with a lightsaber, little bitty lightsaber. It's a short one, and then she had a hat. It's just mainly a statue figure. And then there's Jempa. I don't know what species he is. He's kind of cute. I guess he's a boy. Same articulation, just waist, arms, head. But yeah, they made 2 more. This was the aliens pack. They came together in one pack, and then there was one that was 2 humans. I don't know their names. Those were 2003. 2004, I'm going to guess this is a lot of the same sculptors. They went kind of crazy with the Wookiees. Here's the best Chewbacca. They've redone this one so many times with a chain around his neck, snow on his feet, painted on. He is the best. Although his head does not move, he has ball-hinged elbows and arms, armpit, swivel wrists, which looks kind of bad because of the fur. He's got, there's 3 joints right here, so he can move like that. The Wampa is the same, the Wampa of the 2000s. And then this thing's pliable, it doesn't come off, his little satchel thing. I'm pretty sure you can actually buy that satchel in real life. Man purse. And then he's got the feet, they kind of move too. There's the bottom of his feet, if you wanted to ever know what they look like. And that's the best Chewbacca. That was the, what does it say, 2004? I forgot what series this was. I can't think of the name now. But that was a good series. Here's the only Tarfful they made from Episode 3. The one with the dreadlocks. He's like the leader. I don't know much about him at all. Obviously he doesn't speak English, so I don't know. He was with Yoda and a bunch of these guys. But I think he's pretty cool. His articulation, ball hinged, armpit, swivel elbows, which doesn't really degrade it that much. He can sit down, but this is twist. Not bend, just twist. So it's not really that good of a figure. He came with this crossbow, which is kind of dumb. You just kind of push it and it shoots that part. Anyway, there's him. This guy, Wookie warrior, can't find his gun right now. He had a neat looking gun. Helmet comes off. He had shoulder pads. He has this pliable thing. He has that same kind of waist like Chewie does. This piece, he has a different kind of hair. The way it's styled. This looks bad because they painted it dark all right there. So really, he can only hold his gun like that. Any other way, it looks kind of bad. This would look normal, I guess, but if you did it where his hands look kind of straight, it looks bad. It's still a pretty good figure, display and stuff. They didn't make that many warriors. He's better than the one that rides the flying things. He's just in that sitting position. And this one, his knees bend, unlike Tarfful. And they turn. So he has a lot of articulation, even though he doesn't have the head. Hardly any of the Wookiees did, or the infinite Chewbacca's figures they've made. Here's the other Luminara, which has the swivel elbows, which she's like this. She comes with the green lightsaber. This is the better version than this one because totally different sculpt, and she can actually bend. This is her feet under the skirt. Ball hinge. Ankles don't move, but she's pretty posable. She came with one of these stands, even though she was on Geonosis and not whatever this made-up planet is. I thought it was Felucia. I don't know, post that in comments. A lot of figures came with that stand. Exact same sculpt. But I think she's pretty cool. I'd like to have the Shock T that looks this posable, kind of like she is. Okay, 2005. Various clones and stuff we got going here. They had the stand. It's Revenge of the Sith Elite Core Trooper. He looks like a speeder bike. He's one of the best figures I have, and one of my all-time favorites. No, his helmet is not removable. He has a ball pivot head, ball hinge elbows, whatever you call that. Swivel and bendable wrists, or elbows and wrists. Watch out, that might come off his little glove. Ball hinge right here, so he can do all kinds of stuff like that. No waist. No waist, as in right there. And swivel, and ball, and ankles. Like that. He came with a gun that goes in there, little bitty gun, and a little bit bigger gun, which had a really neat paint job. But I really like him, Elite Core Trooper. They also repackaged him with this same speeder bike. I think it's a bark bike or something like that. See, he matches it. His green matches that part. So that's what's going on there with him. And then we have her, Addie Gallia, that replaced Avi Vita. I think this is really cool. You can ride these in Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the Kashyyyk level. I don't remember her at all in the movie, but this figure, this is everything she came with. She didn't come with a lightsaber, although she is a Jedi. Can't have a lightsaber and fly that, I guess. She has a ball pivot head, and then a swivel arms, which is kind of lame, and then her wrist turn. So if you really wanted to give her a lightsaber, she'd be holding it like that. She has really, really far apart legs to ride this. Here's the ship itself. That's really discolored. That's supposed to be white. I'm missing the piece right there. There's a little strip piece. I have it. I'll just find it. I'll redo this review over this when I find it. That folds out. That one pushes in. This does come apart, but it's really hard. Once you build it, I would not advise taking it apart. These don't move. They're all pliable, hard plastic. But I think it's pretty cool. We've got General Veers from Empire Strikes Back. This one I think is pretty cool for just being a basic, boring looking guy. His helmet's removable. That's a plus. But he's got his normal hat under there. He's got standard issue stormtrooper gun. I think that's his gun. I might be wrong. Might be wrong on that. Gun, it can actually fit in there. He's just got standard swivel right here, which they could have done better with that. And he has swivel elbows, which is dumb. This is not the swivel elbow time frame. He's got that thing that comes off the chest plate. So now he can look like a different guy. You could pose him to be a bunch of different dudes, actually. But I think he's pretty cool, even though he's kind of boring, too. Okay, who all do we have now? I'm trying to remember his name. I think he's an EVO Trooper. I think that's what he's called. His helmet comes off. He's just one of those clones underneath. Clones. They all look the same. He has a kind of neat helmet, though. He has, like, way too much accessories that come with him. And he's very, very poseable. I don't remember him from anything either. He might have been on Utapau. I wish they would have colored that black in there. But then it would have been black up here, too. And you probably see the top of his shoulder more than you see inside of his armpit. His wrist might pop out, but it's ball, swivel, no waist, a man purse with a gun in it, good old accessories, and then that thing doesn't come off, and then ball hinge, knees, and ankles. So I think he's pretty cool with that, too. And there's this guy. I don't remember his exact name either. He's just a flying clone from the third movie, which is made up. You hit a button on the back of his removable jetpack, and the wings come out and have the little emblem. And he doesn't have pegs at the bottom of his feet because he flies. His waist is really swivelly. His head doesn't move at all. It looks really bad without him holding that gun because it's swivel, barely swivel that, and then this, which makes no sense at all and you can't do much with. Looks like it does, but it doesn't. Doesn't bend. Here's the best Tusken Raider that they make. I don't know if I did a review on this or not. I don't think I did. He's got the super soft cloak that looks all wrinkled, kind of like her skirt material, Luminara's. Underneath it, swivel, ball, swivel, and ball, or whatever. Waist turns, this, then that swivels again. He's pretty cool, though. Ball-hinged head. The best Tusken Raider out of all of them. I would highly recommend getting him. Okay, still in 2005, we have Lushros Dolfine. He's one of those Nemodians. I don't even remember this one at all. Needless to say, this figure was really cheap because it's just another one of those statue ones. He moves a lot like the Royal Guards do. This swivel right there, and wrists, and arms like that, but look bad if they're up, and then That's his feet. If you can grab them, they kind of turn, but there's no real point in that. And then he has a ball pivot head. And he came with this little data pad thing that's stickers, so he can work the console like that. Okay, and that was 2005, so 2006 is just him. He's the Death Star gunner. I didn't know that they were clones. I mean, obviously they are, but like they went back and made them all clones again, so because I didn't know what was originally under the helmet in the original series, like him. He's an original series guy. He's just got ball pivot, head, elbows, swivel arms, which don't really suck that bad this time, other than it makes his arms look really long. Swivel like where his glove is, around there. And he's got that. He's got his stand, Death Star gunner, Return of the Jedi. He's got his little gun, which only goes in backwards, so I don't know how you draw it, because it only goes in like that. This thing comes off. Then he has a really small looking neck. That's my only complaint. So basically, I just leave all that stuff on him because it looks a lot better. So that was him, Death Star gunner. And that was the only one I have 06 that I haven't already done a review on. 2007, we have this Jawa. He has that classic gun, this giant gun right here. If I can get it out. And it's on this cord. For some reason, it connects there and then it wraps around him. So I don't know why it's like that. It's kind of strange looking. He turns right there. It's really plasticky sounding. I don't know. His feet don't move, but they are a different color. Ball pivot, elbows, and armpit, and the hand twists. But his eyes don't glow, so. He is the most stuff on him. He looks better if you take off a lot of that, but that's what it is. That's what you get. And 07, we have him. Forgot his name off the top of my head. He's like kind of like what the snow troopers are. He was with Ki-Adi-Mundi when he killed him in the third movie. This isn't removable. Ball pivot elbows and armpit and twist wrists. His feet don't really move at all because of that cape thing, so that sucks. So basically knees and ankles. He's really cool. I'll post it if I remember his name. And then 2008, he's Expanded Universe one. He's got that thing that's removable. I think he's like supposed to have a flamethrower or something, because he just kind of looks like that. But he's got these. They do kind of come out, but they're not supposed to. So head does not move, and then he's got ball pivot elbows and armpit and wrist, and he twists right here in the waist. Swivel, ball, swivel, and ball. Well, I guess it's swivel and ball right there. Anyway, he's pretty cool. Expanded Universe guy. Forgot his name too. I get these two really confused. Them two and that orange one. He might be the EVO Trooper, and then I don't remember what the orange one is. I get them confused. And then, of course, Aayla Secura. This is the only one I have. I'd like to have one that's not so legs far apart. So, ball pivot right here, or swivel head, ball joint armpits. It swivels right here and right here, so I don't know what you call that, mid bicep and elbow. She has a magnetic thing for her lightsaber, which is magnetic hilt. Swivel, swivel. She's part of that Geonosis battle too. This swivels so she can kick like that, which looks kind of awkward. I can't do it. But anyway, and waist, and then she has like boobs are kind of like gummy feeling. I don't know why. Like that whole neck piece right there. You see it's kind of coming out. It's real gummy feeling. And that was it. Here's also my thermos. Somebody gave this to me of Yoda lunchbox, which I think it's pretty cool, even though it's not the Yoda from the cartoon. It's just a special art for that or something. I don't know. Rate, subscribe, tell me about the ones you have.